What's going on, guys? JSGC here, and we are here for another Manchester City video. Today we're going to be doing the match reaction, match analysis, match review, whatever you want to call it, for the Champions League game against Dinamo Zagreb away. I'm going to be covering all of that and all the talking points and everything that happened as Manchester City got back to winning ways, so that's good news. But first, before we crack on with this video though, make sure, like always, if you're enjoying the content, you want to help support my channel, then make sure you subscribe by pressing that red button, pressing the bell and putting your push notifications on. You can go check out my social media links, which you can find in description below and popping up on screen for my Twitter and Instagram if you want to go and follow me on there too. Don't forget to leave your thoughts in the comments below too, and also leave a thumbs up if you enjoy this video. So we're going to crack on with this match analysis, and first up be speaking about the teams as Man City went for a strong side. I remember some people leaving in the comments in my preview saying I'd done an emotional selection, but I had a feeling that Pep was going to go for a strong side in this game, just purely because City hadn't been playing that well, and so City were looking for a reaction. And it was quite evident to me, and it seems it's quite evident to the club too, that the club was just simply low on confidence, and so putting out a weakened team and losing this game would not be ideal preparation for the games coming forward. So City wanted to be able to put in a strong side, put in a good performance and pick up a win and move on from there, which in the end is what's ended up happening. We've still got plenty of positives and plenty of things to work on from this game, so we'll get to that when we get to that. If I sound a bit off, I do apologise. I feel like death. I really do. So I'm hoping this will just be a short and sweet video, really. So for the team for City, we ended up going with Garcia starting, Phil Foden starting too, a couple of young players as we saw Harwood Bellis going on the bench. I'm disappointed Tommy Doyle never travelled, but there we go, considering Fernandinho was suspended, which I'd completely forgotten about in my preview, so I do apologise for all that. But we went with Bravo in goal, as he only served a one-match suspension because it wasn't a violent conduct charge. That's why he only had a one-game suspension. As we went with Cancelo and Otamendi at right-back and left-back, joining Otamendi, and also, did I say Otamendi then? Cancelo and Mendy joining Otamendi and Garcia. We saw Rodri starting along with Gundogan and also Phil Foden. I wasn't too sure on that midfield. I like Ilkay Gundogan, but I like him at defensive midfield. I like him as a rotation for our whole midfield. Like if De Bruyne needs a rest, play Gundogan. Rodri needs a rest, or Fernandinho needs a rest if he's playing in defensive midfield, play Gundogan. If David Silva needs a rest or Phil Foden needs a rest and he can't play Gundogan, make him a squad rotation, to have him alongside Rodri and Phil Foden. I don't want to say I found it underwhelming, I was just a bit unsure on how it would work. So, yeah, I'm not sure. I'm still not sure, if I'm completely honest. If we went with that midfield three at the weekend, I'm not sure how I'd feel about it. There we go. As we went with Bernardo Silva, Riyad Mahrez, and also Gabriel Jesus up front, as we saw Zinchenko on the bench, which was nice to see him returning for Manchester City, which is good news. Whereas with Zagreb, other than that Orsic that they've got up front, I'm not all familiar with the Zagreb team, so yeah, I can't really comment much on Dinamo Zagreb, other than I've heard of Orsic and that Dani Olmo, is it? That young Spanish player that plays for Dinamo Zagreb, who's a wanted man around Europe. Well, speaking of him, 10 minutes in, lovely ball in. I don't know who put the ball in, but it was a fantastic ball in. Really good cross. Almost there, over his shoulder. Doesn't look, just wants to take it on the volley, put a shot in, get it on target, ask a question to the keeper, see where you go from there. Ends up smacking it into the back of the net. A really good goal and a really tidy finish, but it's getting to a point where I'm just disappointed. Conceding first, putting ourselves under pressure. It's just a repeat. It's happened too many times this season. It's happened again in this game, so that's a negative. And also a first shot comes in, first shot on target, ends up coming out with a goal. That's something we really do need to improve on. So yeah, that's a little disappointing. But it did get better as the half went on. 35 minutes, City managed to get level. Great goal this from City, and a good run from Phil Foden. He ended up making a challenge. One of the Zagreb players ended up making a challenge, taking out one of their own men in the challenge of trying to take out Phil Foden. That player goes down injured. City don't put the ball out. Ball gets played through. I think it's Gabriel Jesus comes to some kind of altercation with another of the Zagreb players. Again, that Zagreb player goes down. No free kick given. He stays down injured. Man City then continue to work the ball, get it to Riyad Mahrez on his left foot, puts in a beautiful ball, and there's Gabriel Jesus, raises up high, smacks the ball with his head and goes flying into the back of the net. A really good goal, really good finish, and City end up making it 1-1, where the captain was booked for Dinamo Zagreb for the challenge that he made to try and take out Phil Foden, and he was raging. He was really unhappy. that the goal had been allowed to stand and Man City hadn't put the ball out, which, considering City were on the run and City VAR deemed no foul there, that why should we put the ball out considering we're at an attacking advantage? It's like if it's further up the field and nothing materialising, then yeah, but no. Do you know what I mean? We've done really well, worked the ball into the box, why should we then put the ball out like just to suit Dinamo Zagreb? Not how it works. Anyway, went in at half time. We'll speak about the elbow, by the way, at the end. But went in 1-1. We haven't played too horrendously. I didn't think we were playing brilliant though. We looked better once we went 1-0 down. If you get where I'm coming from there, it's like Zagreb were happy once they'd got their goal that was needed for them to qualify. Like then they were going to sit on it, and so with City equalising, it kind of broke them down. Worked our way into getting a goal and picked up the confidence from there going into the second half, really, which has ended up what happened, because 50 minutes in, wonderful goal. Gabriel Jesus, nice solo goal, this twisting, turning, showing all of his skills, managed to show a dummy, get it onto his right foot, cool finish into the bottom corner, makes it 2-1 to Manchester City, and then Zagreb, needing a win, put all the pressure under themselves. Like, this is one of them games where Zagreb needed to win, and so it really suited City, and it suited City because Zagreb needed to win and come out to play, and because of that there was space, and it allowed Man City to be at our creative best. And I felt like we were clinical in this game, which, when we're clinical, it shows. Putting 4 goals in the back of it, like, we are capable, and this is the level that we need to be getting to consistently, no matter how good we are defensively. Like, offensively, we need to be putting our chances away, because we know even if we're not doing too brilliant at the back, we are more than capable of scoring 2, 3, 4 goals per game, which ultimately, if you're not conceding first, then puts the defensive team under pressure, and then we end up keeping clean sheets that way. So, just offensively, we need to be a little bit better. Felt like we was good in the second half in this game, and that's the level that we are looking for on a more consistent basis. Anyway, 54 minutes in, just 4 minutes after scoring the second goal, Gabriel Jesus managed to get his hat-trick. This time Benjamin Mendy smacks a ball in, and Gabriel Jesus is there just to tap it in for his hat-trick. That'll do Gabriel Jesus' confidence a lot of good, and it's really good to see. More importantly for me, though, we need to be very creative here, and one of our best outlets that we've got is Benjamin Mendy. When fully fit and performing at a level that we know he can, him getting an assist and putting in a good cross and getting an assist from that will do his confidence the world of good too. So that is good news as far as I'm concerned. Zinchenko ended up coming on in the second half, nice to see. Raheem Sterling ended up coming on, which was completely pointless substitution in my opinion, and we also saw Taylor Harwood-Bellis coming on for the last 10 minutes or so, which is good. City ended up making it 4-1 on 84 minutes. Bernardo Silva, he was put through, squares it nicely in there, at the right place at the right time. Was, if Gabriel Jesus hadn't scored a hat-trick in this game, would have been my JSGC man of the match, Phil Foden there. He's there to tap it in and scoring past Dinamo Zagreb 2. Does beg the question why he doesn't get more starts. I can't really tell you an answer to that, because I feel like Phil Foden should be playing more for City. So there we go. 4-1 to City, good confidence boost, and in my opinion, good preparation going into that Arsenal game on Sunday. So, looking at the stats for this game, 25% possession for Zagreb, 75% possession for City, 13 shots, 7 on target, 4 goals. That is what we need to be targeting for every single game. 6 shots, 2 on target for Dinamo Zagreb, 1 goal. 289 passes, 75% pass completion rate from Zagreb. 911 passes, great display from City all round at a 93% pass completion rate. Now, it's easy to, like I said, that Zagreb were going through giving us space because they were trying to pick up the win, but them stats are very good, and if City can get to that level against Arsenal, I guarantee right now, if we're as clinical as what we're in this game, we'll be coming out with at least 3 goals in that game, and more than likely the win. Fantastic from Man City in that game, and I think it's important if we can cut out conceding, having 1 shot on goal and them scoring. If we can cut that out of our game, we'll actually be there or thereabouts, particularly when we've got Laporte coming back and Leroy Sané coming back. Like, I feel better. We just need to be doing this on a more consistent basis. We know what it takes. In terms of tackled, more tackled from Dinamo Zagreb. That was more aggressive than us, actually. Ended up making more blocks, and City ended up having more interceptions, which is good from our midfield, like I said. In terms of clearances, more clearances for Zagreb, more headed clearances for Zagreb too. And aerial duels, both pretty level. So, yeah, pretty decent. So, in summary, for the Champions League group stage, Zagreb, they're good for 10 minutes in this game. Really good from Olmo. He's a wanted man, like I said. Man City apparently after him. I don't see that as being true in my opinion, so I don't really need to speak more about that. Zagreb, though, they're out of the Champions League now. They finished 4th in the group as Atalanta won in the Ukraine 3-0, which has seen Atalanta finish 2nd on 7 points, and it's seen Shakhtar Donetsk go into the Europa League finishing 3rd. But 14 points from City from 6 games. I'd say it's a pretty decent Champions League campaign, and as far as I'm concerned, job done. We're into the Champions League last 16. We've got one of 5 possible opposition now going forward. I think it's both Madrid teams, so Atletico Madrid and Real Madrid we can draw. They're a bit more of the trickier ties, and the other ones comes in the terms of Lyon, Napoli and Borussia Dortmund are the teams that we can draw. So in the comments below, I'd like to know your thoughts on who you would like Man City to draw in the last 16. And the draw is on 11 AM GMT on Monday, coming up. I think it's the 16th of December, so stay tuned for that. Now, in terms of this game, though, thought Phil Foden had a fantastic game, and he must be starting more, in my opinion. I don't just mean Carabao Cup and dead games in the Champions League. I'm talking more Premier League games and more Champions League games to allow David Silva to be able to phase out and have a rest too. So, yeah, I thought he had a fantastic game once again from Phil Foden, so kudos to him. But my JSGC man of the match does have to go to Gabriel Jesus, because I thought he was just fantastic. Scoring a hat-trick too, it'll do him the confidence a world of good. Just a note on that elbow, I don't know why a red card wasn't given, if I'm completely honest. Apparently, according to the BT commentators yesterday, VAR didn't even have a look. It was just the most deliberate elbow. You don't have to look at somebody to make it deliberate. He knows someone's coming, so he just shoves his arm up and gives a good, strong elbow to the face, which could have caused serious damage to Rodri. Thankfully, he's okay. Why a red card wasn't given, why VAR didn't review it, it baffled me, and VAR just... It's just trash, really, isn't it? But yeah, anyway, we're on to Sunday, on to the game against Arsenal. Got that to look forward to. Got our Champions League response, our response to the Manchester United defeat at the Etihad. We now need a Premier League response and a difficult away game against Arsenal, who've been in poor form, sacked the manager, just picked up a win. They're in a home game against Man City. The champions are coming to town. They're going to play up, so if we can perform at the Emirates and pick up a win, then we can use that as a little pedestal to start pushing our seasons on. We'll have a preview for that coming up shortly, maybe in the next day or so, so make sure you stay tuned for that. Make sure you subscribe, press that red button, press the bell, put your push notifications on. Social media links in description below, popping up on screen too. Leave a thumbs up if you enjoyed this video, and like I said, let me know your thoughts of this game in the comments below and who you want Man City to draw in the last 16 of the Champions League, and I'll see you all again for the next video. So it's been JSGC. Hope you'll have a wonderful rest of your day, feeling like death. Still managed to get it over 10 minutes. Kudos to me. I'll see you again for the next video. Peace. Ciao for now.